Are we
going?
Ho 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 ho!
Oh god. Can I just say really quick before we get going? I was trying to hold back my laugh from Jared having Santa hat on and then trying to hold the headphones, and then he grabs the gift and he's sitting there like this, holding a mic.
I juggle everything on this show.
I think the Santa hat really added a lot. I think. Yeah. I wish we if we had thought about it, and I didn't think about it until we were like midway through. You were going, we should have gotten a beard too.
Yeah, that would have been sick.
Does that even
next
fit on
year?
Your head?
What? I think so. I don't know.
I tried to find the largest.
It was really small. I have a melon. But yeah, it was pretty sick. That was really tough.
Yeah.
That was a really tough one to read.
My
Cold,
God.
at least. It's written so strangely. Like, not all the rhymes are perfect. Mm-hmm. Or, like, a word before the end of the sentence will be the rhyme. And so it's just like, it's hard to know.
It very much felt like it was structured like slam poetry, where it's like you have the one extra word that is actually going to be the rhyme for the next line.
Yeah.
So it was like definitely a little tough.
Yeah, very difficult to cold read that and try to keep like the pace correct. Mm-hmm. I don't think any of mine were.
I thought we did fine. I thought it worked. I think there was a couple spots where we were kind of like struggling.
Yeah.
We didn't stumble over pronunciations as much as I thought we were going to with like Mephistopheles and Stygian Grot or like.
I'm sure I still effed up somewhere in there, but yeah. But yeah, we didn't do as bad as I thought.
Yeah, it didn't crash and burn. So
what a ringing endorsement for this episode. We didn't crash and burn.
Yeah.
We did, slightly better than we thought.
But it's definitely different from what we've done before.
And that's kind of why I was like, let's do this. Because I feel like all the other... we were trying to find a Christmas episode. We wanted to find a Christmas one because we weren't able to do it last year.
Oh, yeah. We didn't do one last year.
No, last year was weird. But there was other stuff going on.
Yeah.
But we wanted to find a Christmas one. And I was just searching through the database where we find most of our scripts. And just searching for Christmas, and all of them were just like either like Christmas specials for like a variety show, like it would be like the Amos and Andy Christmas special, or just like one of those like little two-handers where it's just only like two characters, which isn't as fun when you want to do it like with everyone.
Yeah.
But then I found this one that I don't know if this was like a yearly like replay or whatever. But it was like, it was written in rhyme. It was like, felt like a Dr. Seuss. It was like, it took place half of it in hell, and we're going to kill Santa Claus. I just thought it was a good...
Which is kind of exactly what Tomas had told us.
Yeah.
That's like how he described it. It was like, I found this script. It's kind of like what it's about. And I'm just like, oh, it rhymes?
Yeah.
And then I'm fucking reading it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it definitely read a little bit better when I'm just reading it versus having to say it, and then having to come up with a voice for like all the characters.
I know.
I loved your voice, and I loved the Ivan the Terrible voice.
Oh yeah, that was the best one. Voice was the highlight for me.
That was the best one.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, I learned really fast halfway through reading for Ivan that you have to change the R's to V's in order to keep the Russian aesthetic of the accent. But I was learning that like on the spot.
And it did help that it like was written like phonetically, so it was saying like the ve and which v.
Yeah.
But it was giving very like Dracula vibes.
Mm-hmm. It reminded me of what's his name from the animated show with the Minions?
Gru.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was like. Oh, it sounds like that guy.
Wow, if Steve Carell ever retires, you can be his replacement.
Yeah, there you go.
He wishes he sounded like this.
I'm gonna send my resume.
I think like this would have been one that if we had like rehearsed, I feel like it would have.
Yeah.
That would have been
I think
sick.
a lot of fun if we had like were able to like nail down the rhythms really well.
Yeah, I feel like this would have been a really good one for like when we get there, when we get more subscribers and y'all tell your moms and your grandmas, to do like a live recording, like live, like with an audience and have like sound effects and everything like that. This would be like
Stage
one of those
fright.
ones.
Already getting stage fright.
Well, get over it. I feel like this would be like good for that. Like if we rehearsed and we had the sound effects and like we knew what we were doing, this would be a good one for that. Mm-hmm. But we are quite a ways away from there.
Yeah,
That would be kind of sick.
Yeah, I just think like, I especially feel like I feel like we are getting better at flubbing less, and I guess because we're recording these more frequently now, and we kind of know what to expect from all these scripts. But
I mean,
like,
if our fans are expecting the flubs, maybe we should artificially implement them in as we get better. Be consistent.
We gotta go full like Ron Burgundy, where I script in.
It's like, I'm gonna flub this.
Yeah, right. Pause here and stumble. Oh, okay.
No, but the thing is, if we did that, you would read it. Pause here and stumble.
I would, yeah. Because I do tend to read some like, you're doing this way. Okay.
But yeah, do you guys like? I know we kind of like talking before, and I was like doling out the role. Did you guys like know who you were playing? It's like, did you guys get the references at all?
Oh, like
I had to like look up like half of these like when I was like doling out these roles.
Yeah, like half.
I know most of these people.
I knew Ivan the Terrible.
I knew Ivan the Terrible.
I did know Lucretia Borgia, but only from the show. So
I hadn't seen the show, so
okay.
I knew the name Borgia, but I didn't know what her role was. Mm-hmm. But like I had to look. I couldn't remember like what Mephisto was from.
I know. I didn't. You're like it's a demon. Like okay.
Yeah, Mephisto's the demon who Faust makes the bargain with in Dr. Faustus, which is I know something we all know and love.
Yeah.
There
we go.
Oh,
yeah, guys.
It's the deal with the devil. It's the deal with the devil.
Yeah.
We've all done that, right? I'm just kidding.
And then Jared was playing Haman, who is I think a biblical king. I'd like look it up. It was from one of the obscure books of the Bible.
Well, I just remember him. I'm pretty sure this is the same Haman that like
of Esther.
Purim, like the Jewish holiday Purim is, because he had like this crazy hat, and he was just like an evil king.
He's an Old Testament.
And his hat is based on, or the cookie Hamantash. It's based off of this guy's hat.
I don't.
Which is a
I know
delicious,
some of those words.
a delicious treat.
You said I heard cookie.
I did know your cookie.
Yeah.
A lot of Italians on the list. I don't know why these guys got chosen.
Well, Nero and Caligula, because they're like the worst Roman
Italians.
emperor.
Yeah.
Even though I went with the posh British accent instead of like an Italian accent.
Could you not do an Italian?
Yeah, you had a sick accent.
I don't know. I don't have a good Italian accent, and I just
You
feel
just
like,
gotta full
you
send
just
it.
sit
You just
here
gotta,
and
yeah,
do-
if you just do
Well,
this
I
the whole
also
time,
feel-
you'll get it.
I also felt like Nero is like his whole thing was like he fiddles while Rome burns. So it's like his whole thing is like he's very hoity-toity. So I was like, I'll go something posh and condescending.
No, you have to in your head start every sentence with "Mamma mia" and then continue into it, and that's how you do an Italian.
I'ma kill you, a Santa Claus.
Yeah, there you go.
I was kind of bummed that there was no ho-ho-hos.
Yeah,
Was there not?
What the hell?
I mean, this was.
I thought you.
Is that?
Oh, you came in saying ho ho ho, but on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know.
My little artistic.
I don't know like when that became like a big thing with Santa. Because the other thing is like this episode was written in 1938, so I don't really know when
Stop calling people
Santa.
hoes.
He was just jolly,
Yeah, he was just a jolly guy who drank
but not
Coke.
outwardly loud.
Yeah,
Drink.
Who drank the Coke?
but
Damn.
yeah, this episode. So I was this script online we found it was like had like a pretty like wild like backstory because like none of these other scripts usually have like the backstory embedded in the transcript page, but this is like a full-on like essay talking about what this was.
Ooh.
So I guess like Norman Corwin, who wrote this back in the 30s, was like one of like the big radio writers. And I don't know if he ever like transitioned to anything like TV or anything like that, but he was like one of like the big radio writers. So he would get basically a blank check to make whatever sort of crazy like episode radio show that he wanted to do, and the radio programs would just let him do
okay.
it, which is why this one is so fucking like wild. Like the rhymes, and we got demons and we're trying to kill Santa Claus in the 30s. But it was like, I guess it was one of those things where it's just like he had like carte blanche, like whatever he wanted. He wanted to make like this is like pre-Dr. Seuss. So this like predates like Dr. Seuss, but like this style of storytelling he just really wanted to do. I don't know if any of his other radio plays do like the rhyming
Or slam
stuff.
poetry.
Or slam poetry. But I thought that was just like really like interesting that he was like basically this is like one of like the titans of radio, and I didn't realize it until after we printed out the scripts.
That is wild.
When was this written?
1938.
One of my lines is "Dude, relax." Were they
I wrote
using-
that in.
Okay.
So the other thing,
I was like, hold on for a second.
because the other thing is, it was written in 1938, so there were some uncomfortable racial allusions.
Oh, okay.
So like the character I played, Simon.
Jeez.
The character I played, Simon Legree, is I guess the slave owner from Uncle Tom's Cabin, and that was written. very phonetically in like that kind of Southern English that sounds very. And there was some like turns of phrases in there that I did not feel comfortable making any of us read, let alone myself.
Yeah.
And then that line in particular, it was supposed to be an Eskimo, which I know is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's supposed to be like accented to. I'm like, I'm not gonna make whoever's reading that.
That's fair. That's fair.
There was like a lot of like little stuff like that because it was like the 30s. Just like casually
Just the
racist.
dude. He changed it to dude is so funny. What tough be the dude? Chill.
It's snow. What was
Yeah.
it? Dude, snow.
Dude, relax. It's just a little snow. Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
That's tight.
Yeah.
Wow, crazy. Yeah, I've never. This is a wild story. And yeah, it's like something that like would be a children's book. Yeah,
Well,
like
you know what
like
I was
Dr.
thinking?
Seuss
It
or
was
something.
very-
You
it
wouldn't
was-
seen anything
not
like this
this
on
one.
TV.
It was very Nightmare Before Christmas, where it's like
Yeah.
I almost wanted to put like kidnap the Santa Claus in there because that's like the line from it where the little demons kidnap
It'd be
Santa.
cool
in
if we
that
could
movie.
use the music in this one, but
That's good. That's a good way to get shut down
yeah,
by
real quick.
The
Mickey.
mouse.
Mickey's gonna come over and
The
break our
mouse.
knees.
But yeah, that was a good one. Were there any other interesting tidbits historically of this, or is it kind of just like a process?
I mean, one of the things it says here, it says like the original like time. They like they went like too fast like their first time when you had to like come out and like vamp after in order to like meet their full like time slot. And he was like so pissed that he had to do that because like they didn't read it right. He was like, the author was just like saying like, oh, we didn't read it right. The actors were going too fast and all this sort of stuff. And like we did it again later on, and I made them do a lot slower. It was like little stuff like
Whoa.
that.
I wonder what he'd think of our performance.
I know.
Yeah. He probably hates us.
He'd start throwing things.
Yeah.
Just throwing a chair.
Yeah.
It'd be like Whiplash. You'd throw a chair at it.
Yeah.
Not my tempo.
You gotta hit the meter
Yeah.
on the mark. But
Well, good find.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
that was a great one.
I enjoyed this one.
I think as hard as it was definitely very fun.
Yeah.
They had a very
Yeah,
silly,
true.
it was very silly too. It's like
It was
we're all
very
like
silly.
the demons in hell saying, "What should we do? Let's go to Congress and outlaw Christmas."
Yeah, right?
It'd be funny to do this again next year, but with a different cast of evil people. But I know that's a lot of writing on your guys'
Yeah, that-
part.
Modernize it a bit.
Oh.
How would we modernize it, Jared? Who would you put in?
Who's evil these days?
Dude.
I guess I have to see who croaks in the next year.
You wouldn't go for the
Okay.
easy bait and just put Hitler in?
We could put it if we wanted
Yeah,
to
but who-
change accents. We could put on like Napoleon.
But who-
Oh,
If we wanted to get like a
true.
French
Yeah,
accent,
that guy.
Marie Antoinette.
Marie Antoinette. That'd be like if we had 3 Italians on this one, then we need
Three French people.
So it would
So
be
enthusiastic about
Yes.
Who would you put?
Napoleon, Marie Antoinette, and
Yeah.
I don't know, Joan of Arc. She go to hell.
She'd not go to hell.
I don't think so.
But
Well, she traveled to hell, right? But then she got out of it.
I don't know.
I know nothing about Joan of Arc besides her haircut.
I don't know the lore.
Besides her haircut?
Yeah, she's got
I've
the
only seen
bob.
the silent film adaptation.
That was all you took away from Joan of Arc?
I've only seen.
where she was played by an Italian person. I think this one would have been fun if we did like the random pull
Yeah,
roll
yeah.
out of the hat.
We gotta iron some details out.
Yeah.
It's like I think I originally thought, and I don't remember if I told you guys this or not. I thought my original idea was let's do Christmas Carol and then pull
Yes,
names out of the hat, but I
yeah.
couldn't find a Christmas Carol that had a small enough cast. It was all the ones that I could find were all like 30 characters. It was literally like a full adaptation of
But, like,
Christmas Carol.
We could do
30
those.
and, like,
We could do something
one-liners?
like that. Yeah.
I don't know. It had like every character like listed out, but it was gonna be like, and also just like it was gonna be a pain in the ass to like figure
well,
out. who was-
technically, how many characters does this one have?
not counting the strangers 10, because the strangers are just 4.
Not bad for.
We could crush a 30 cast. If you want
Let
to
us
see
know
us
what
try
you-
a 30
Well, I've
character
heard that
script,
it's hard enough to follow, so we have like a
yeah,
6-person
let us
cast.
know.
But yeah, I mean, any other closing thoughts? Any other like things that you wish you had done? Any choices you wish you'd made? Acting.
I don't know.
I was perfect. No, I don't know.
That's-
This was one of those ones where I was like, this was a hard cold read. It would have
This
been.
was a hard cold
It
read.
would have been a little bit easier to like at least have like a glance through. But
Well, that's not the point of it.
other than that, yeah, it was great. I wish I did a better Heyman voice.
Yeah, my voice will be gone tonight, I think.
Nah, who needs it? Who
I
needs a
don't,
voice?
that's for sure. But, okay.
Yeah, if there's nothing else, I mean, just remember, rate, review, subscribe.
Yes, rate, review, subscribe, comment.
Tell your mom, tell your dad, your grandma, neighbor.
keep helping the podcast.
Pass it on.
Have
to
a
your
happy
friends.
holidays.
Yeah, this
Yes.
will be our Christmas
Yes.
episode.
Merry holidays.
Happy holidays. I
Happy
know this is
holidays.
Christmas, but you know
Yeah.
we were trying to kill Santa, so I mean, like, it's
It
a little great.
evens
Yeah,
out.
it's
It evens
okay.
out.
We're in the gray area.
Yeah, but
Okay, that's it. Thanks.
And that's it. Cutting.